People. I'm so happy to be here. I was just talking to Brian and we were very silly and hilarious. So I think you're going to enjoy this interview live with my artist Brian Lambert. In particular, he's a children's book illustrator, and I am going to invite him. He'll pop up soon. He's in the middle of illustrating a book, and the coolest part, Brian, yeah,
Oh,
I didn't F up. I did it right.
yeah.
The pressure is insane. There's so much pressure, and you have to like make sure you don't press the wrong button, or I don't
I know.
know.
I tried to make sure I was all set up perfectly so that I could hit the join. like,
Exactly. Yeah, but here we are.
we,
And I let me introduce you. Brian Lambert is one of my fabulous artists and a really fun, wonderful guy who had a full-time job and transitioned to now being a full-time working picture book illustrator. And he's written two picture books, manuscripts, and he's going to take um, my kid book pitch class, which starts the end of the month, to sort of run his manuscript through the course and perfect it and everything. And then he and I are going to talk about it. But let me tell you a little bit about him. Brian Lambert is a children's book illustrator living in Washington State. He's illustrated two illustrated books coming out later this year with Magic Cat Publishing and Neon Squid. And the coolest part is he said, Lilla, can I talk about 5 things I wish I knew before illustrating my first book? And I'm like, yeah, that's so great. Great. Everybody's going to want to hear that, like the inside dope. So welcome, Brian.
hello. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. Tell me about your I think we can't talk about the one of the books yet that you
Yeah,
are working on.
sure.
Yeah, I can't. I have it here to talk about, and then I just realized, no, Kim is probably freaking out. No, you cannot mention. Okay, look, I'm new here. What can I tell you? So, there are questions for Brian, a Q&A we do with every new artist we put on the website. So I'm going to read you some of the questions and answers. Where do you buy your art supplies? Apple, lol. What do you like about being an illustrator in 15 words or less? I get to research, dream up, and draw pictures every day. And what question would you most like to be asked? Do you remember what you said?
No.
You're gonna flip it. Why did the Roman Republic collapse?
oh. I, my wife would attest to this because I love history and just, yeah.
That is good. Unexpected,
yeah.
like not typical.
My fallback career is a history teacher, so
Oh, okay, then that's a book. That's a
Oh,
book. Okay, we're going to talk about you doing a nonfiction arty history book. You would be amazing.
I would
You just,
love
yeah. So
that.
get time with me. That's what we're going to do, and you would be so good because you'd use your humor, you'd use your beautiful art, you'd find really odd facts. You
Oh,
could
I
be,
got plenty.
that's cool. It's so you got to just follow your obsessions, really, right?
You got me all excited just thinking about
Okay,
that. I had never even
let's end
considered.
this Instagram and let's get working on your new book idea.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, that's cool. So, what the other question on the Q&A? What was your favorite illustration assignment? Do you know what you answered?
No, I, I think that was before I got the book, so I'm not really sure what I would have put.
Had a book deal to illustrate penguins.
Oh yeah.
I love illustrating animals.
Yeah, that one. It's actually the same company that I ended up doing one of the other books that I just did. But I had injured my wrist, so I wasn't able to finish that book. But
Oh,
it did actually lead to one of the manuscripts that I did just wrote. So
good. There
uh,
you go. Okay.
So,
So someone asked, how did you transition from your full-time job? What was your full-time job? And how did you do it? And what do you advise? It's a lot of questions. We'll
yeah.
start
So
with what did you do first?
yeah. So I was like an animator, like graphic design animator
Mhm.
situation. I had a partner I was working with, and we did a lot of stuff for like Portland Timbers, like the soccer team. Like Alaska Airlines, we had like some stuff with them and everything. So we were doing like animation, like little 30-second animation stuff. Uh,
Motion,
and oh, sorry, what?
motion graphics.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, motion graphics. Yeah, there were for the Timbers, there were like 1 to 2 minute little segments of like celebrating like the fans. Like Portland has very enthusiastic fans, and so like it was like a whole thing like celebrating all the cool fun things they'd done for the team.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, and so that was really cool, but like, and I love animation, but it wasn't quite where my passion lied. You know, like I've wanted to like do like children's book illustration and
Mhm.
like that kind of um, that kind of stuff for a long time. And I guess I mean, like the honest answer was I just got to the point where I really wanted to do books and everything, and I knew I needed to put in the time to get better.
Yeah.
And that was when I found your courses about everything.
Mhm.
Um, and I kind of me and my wife we had like a whole thing of like, well, like we had actually just moved back to my hometown, Spokane, and so it was middle of pandemic, so we moved in with my parents so that we could like actually see people and like hang out
What?
with,
I'm sorry, you could what?
uh, so we could like hang out and see my parents. So we had moved
Oh,
back with
see
my parents.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so we were living with them for about a year and a half, and in that time, I was like, well, I don't have to have like a huge income stream right now. And so that was when I started taking the classes, and I just completely dedicated myself to like making the art thing happen for it took about a year, almost
Not bad.
exactly a year of me just like working as hard as I could, like getting better, like taking as many of your classes as I could and just like really dedicating myself. I treated it like it was a 9 to 5 job, you know, like
Wow.
and just yeah, like that. I was so there was a combination of like having being blessed enough to like be able to like take that time off essentially from getting work, but I did also like really dedicate myself in that
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
period. Like I wasn't like taking it like as a break.
What?
In fact, I was probably working harder
Yeah.
through
Were you
that.
also still working full time?
I had a couple jobs here and there. I did like a few. Well, I did one pretty big project during that
Mm.
time, but I was not full time. I would say it was more like half time during that period.
Half time and living rent free.
Yeah,
But that was really smart. I mean, my son did that too. He lived with
yeah,
us and it allowed him to do all kinds of things during the pandemic. Yeah.
yeah.
That, to develop your career further and so forth. That was smart. That was the only plus side of good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was really, I mean, it was, we hadn't been able to like see my parents in a long time at that point. And so it was just
Oh,
really nice to like
oh,
be able to see them every day. And,
they
that was really,
must have loved it. I loved having my boy home. Loved it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
pretty great. Because he's in his he was in his mid-20s then, or
Oh, okay.
late, and it's like once your kids leave, you don't see them anymore. But anyway, that's sidetrack. So it's so smart that you reduced your expenses so you could develop your work some more and give it your all, and then the rest is history. I noticed your work and I was like, wait, what? This is who's that? Brian Lambert. Oh, that's good. Nice. And then I keep my eye because I have to see is the student going to crush it each week, or mostly, I mean, you can have like an off week, but like, am I seeing improvement? Am I seeing really good work? And you really just improved, and then and that's really impressive. I like to see improvement, obviously, as opposed to not improvement. Okay, that's a stupid statement. So, but you did, and then we had a chat, and the rest is history. And now you've done 2 books that are coming out, and you're in the middle of another book that is 128 pages, 64 spreads, fully illustrated, aimed for kids ages 8 to 10. So it's an like middle grade, are they calling it?
Yeah, I think that's the term. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very big project. I honestly, I'm not sure I would be able to like be doing it if I hadn't done the 2 previous books, like, because it is so big, and like the pace is very fast.
But you got it in January and it's due in October, right?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it's like I do 2 sketches every week and 2 colors a week. So.
Okay. You know what? You were going to be so flippin' good by the end. Like when I was an illustrator, I was such a busy illustrator. I was so lucky. And it was phones back then. I'd get on the phone and they'd call me and they would tell me about the assignment, and I would like draw the rough right then and there.
Oh.
Like, that's how fast you get,
Yeah.
And then I faxed it in. But
oh, nice.
Yeah. That was so cool and modern. Whoa, I didn't go into the city, into New York from Brooklyn with my my rough and everything.
Yeah,
but
would
I did get
this
to,
have been the 80s or what?
late 80s, late 80s, mid to late 80s, early 90s. But I did get to go inside every building, like
cool.
New York Magazine, and Glamour and Vanity Fair, and I got to go inside of name any magazine. I was in there 100%. And big ad agencies with the receptionist was like in this huge lobby in an atrium. And then you go to New York Magazine, it's like a dump, but it's really cool. Like crap everywhere and like old beat up desks, but really. New York Times was the biggest dump, but in the coolest, most esteemed kind of way, and you could feel the energy. That was nice. So that's a plus of the old days.
Cool. Like I want to watch a TV show about that. Like what a amazing world that sounds like. Oh,
it was good. And you pretty much had to be in New York to be an illustrator. And now you can be anywhere, so that's good. Okay, but people want to know your 5 things I wish I knew before illustrating my first book. I would love to hear. Take it away.
Yeah. So so the first thing, I guess, is take breaks. Like when I first got the first one, I just went in, and you just draw all straight 8 hours, and I quickly began to realize that's actually not the best idea, because you just start to wear yourself down, and allowing yourself to take those breaks, take a 10-minute break every hour, you're not gonna lose. I think in my head I always was I got to get into that flow state, and once I'm there I just want to stay there. But the thing I kind of figured out is you can get back into that pretty easily,
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to lose. I think it's really hard. I hate when I have a meeting or something and I just want to work on what I'm working on.
Yeah.
And stay with it, to shift. Once I do, I'm happy to do the various things, but for a creative person, it can be hard to shift gears, right? But you felt that you could take the break and get back to it.
Yeah. And I think in regards to like maintaining a bit of a flow state, like I do work on like one thing a day. So like I'm not like jumping between sketch and like color, you know, like at every point. So it's like today I do this one color page, or today I do this one sketch, you know. And so even though I'm taking like a 10-minute break every once in a while, I'm still kind of staying in that headspace, you know.
Okay.
I'm just like letting my body have a bit of a break, move, like walk around the apartment, or like, you know, like do a like a quick yoga, like a 5-minute yoga or something.
Good. Good.
Which
Oh, I should. Yeah.
yeah,
That's good advice. So, and did you take time to like eat food or?
yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, in the afternoon, every hour I have like a little snack. So like I'll like make myself like some scrambled eggs really quickly, or have like a little fruit smoothie.
Mm.
Yeah,
So you
that actually kind
ate
of goes
well.
to one of
You
my
ate.
other things.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. No. Yeah. So yeah, I'll kind of like get into that. I guess like I have like one of the things was like figure out a routine for yourself for like when
Mhm.
you're like really deep in these books, like because like I guess we can just jump to that one. Like another one of the things is like try and build a routine for yourself, because like it can get really easy to like get distracted. There's so many things. Like for me, I'm working on a screen, so it's really easy to be like, oh, what's going on over on Instagram, or like, you know, like, and so like having a routine kind of like keeps you on task, keeps you accountable a little bit more. And so like with that, like I have like actually have timers set for myself, like when I can take breaks, when I like, all right, this is my smoothie break, or this is my egg break. Like,
That's so smart. That's so smart. Do you obey them?
yeah, I didn't. So like I started really good. I had like a little lull, and but now I'm like very good at keeping with
And
it. And
what's the secret? Tell me.
um, maybe the stress, I guess, like feeling like because I figured out like when I stick to this, I'm really productive. Like I can make it through like all this work like quick. Like I'm like
Mm.
focused in, you know, and like but when I don't do it, so I'm all scattered and everything, and so like and then I get stressed. So like
Yeah.
I know if I keep to this, my stress levels are lower, and that's really nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you do it because you don't like how you are when you don't do it. And that,
Yeah.
yeah, I hear you. I totally do. Yeah. It's easy to be a workaholic when you're a creative person because we really love our stuff and we just,
Actually,
or if we're in a place where we're not loving it, we want to get out of that and fix it and like get out of that creepy feeling and like make it better, right?
exactly. Yeah, that is so true. Like, yeah, like you don't feel like you're a workaholic because it is fun.
Right,
Like you're having fun,
right.
and so it's really easy to just go, 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 go. It was like working middle of a Saturday.
Mhm.
Like I'm just drawing. Like that's no big deal.
Right,
But
right. But then, yeah, so you obey because you know it's worth it.
yeah,
That's good. So it's your yoga breaks, your stretch, walking around the apartment, getting
yeah,
something to eat. That's nice. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, that kind of goes into the third one of like learn like do research and learn stretches and exercises that are going to help your wrists and your neck and shoulders,
Oh,
because like I found like you know like you're sitting there, you're drawing like so much, and like you're tend to be looking down
mhm.
and you're stationary, so like
Yeah.
it's going to put a lot of strain on those parts of your body, and so like you want to learn stuff to help mitigate that.
Mhm.
And yeah, and so like doing a little research into that, I found really helps. Like, I was really struggling with my wrist when I first started,
Oh,
and now I do a lot of like wrist stretches and stuff, and
yeah.
I do the yoga. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Um, I'm feeling as your agent, I'm feeling another book.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one, man.
For
I
that's why I'm the agent.
you're good at
Okay,
this.
I'm
You
good.
can make a
And
career.
you're I should make a career of it. But it would be not just for illustrators, but anyone who works on anyone who works, because they work digitally on their devices. So it's, and in your art, you know, the stretches and the breaks and all the things. So what I'm going to ask you to just think about, because I know you're so book solid right now, but is come up with, like, think about 15 to 30 tips, you know,
Yeah.
and
Right.
like each one could be anywhere from a page, a spread. He's a likable guy, isn't he? Savanishi. And it could be anywhere from a spread to many spreads, whatever. It doesn't really matter, but tips.
I like that. Yeah, man.
But then you
Getting
can
so
have
many
little
ideas.
personal anecdotes, like that time I worked on that sports team for Portland, and I had to get it done by midnight and blah blah. You know, just maybe like a little anecdote, and
Yeah.
then working on my picture book, blah blah. And now my smoothie I make is this, and it's kind of different because of that. So, you know, and the more you put in a little bit of eccentricity, it's more than what you could get by Googling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I never thought about that. That's, yeah.
That's good. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, Lydia
Book.
sees a deck. That's cool. A card deck. She sees a card deck. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Card. And that's today's tip.
yeah, that is cool. That's a fun way to do
Yeah.
it. Or a whole, what are those little calendars that you tear off? But then you have to come up with 365, which sounds hard.
Yeah. True. That would
I
be
bet
fun.
it's easier. Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
My cough drop will get into it. We'll start working in a minute. Okay. Next tip.
Um, oh yeah. So this one was so it basically it's like it's okay to like talk to your art director or publisher, whoever it is that you're in contact with about like if you're feeling like the load is like pretty heavy, like you can talk to them about like ways to kind of alleviate that. So like for example, like I just talked with my art director about because like there was like a couple of weeks where I was like getting like these like spreads and like to color that had like a ton of people in them, and so it was like I'm not like super fast drawing people, and so it was like I was trying to go as fast as I could, but it was just like I can't quite keep up with this. And they're like, "Oh yeah, no worries. Like we'll give you a few like of the easier ones
Oh,
along with."
good.
And so like basically it's like total like the publisher and art director, whoever, like they're there to work with you. You
Right.
know, like they want this to turn out good too. They don't want you to be stressed and everything. Like, and so um don't feel like you can't talk to them, you know,
Right.
like
Or like, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm a beginner. I'm a loser. I
yeah,
need to be perfect at all times. No. And
yeah.
I mean, you can just say it in a chatty way. It doesn't have to be all Sturm and Drang and dramatic. Just like, hey, you know,
I'm drowned. No. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So yeah, just
that's
like
great.
I think when I came in new, it did feel like I don't want to like break the magic or like whatever. Like I like I'm really good at this, and like it doesn't mean you're not good at it or whatever. It's you just yeah. They want you to be able to do the best work, and so yeah, just be willing to talk with
So
them.
good.
They're people too. And then the last one, and I to me, like this is maybe the most important one, like as far as just being an artist goes, but like kind of like leave your ego at the door. Like I think because like you're working with like these like people at these publishers are
Sorry.
like brilliant artists and creatives too. Like they know what they're doing, and like
Oh
oh,
God, I'm sorry. It's allergies. I'm so sorry. This is like
no, I
so
get
bad.
my eyes have been watering for the past month. But yeah, yeah. So like
Ego.
yeah, be like it's a collaborative working on a children's book, you know, like you're working with like the writer. In my case, like I'm not the writer for these, so like you're working with the writer, you're working with the art director, and like
Mm-hmm.
they're both like going to be really great artists too. Like don't like let yourself be collaborative with them, you know, like it's
Yeah.
gonna make the book better. It's gonna like you're gonna end up with a better product,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna love the thing you make more, because like, you know, like there's a joy to getting to work with other people in an artistic manner.
I love
And
that.
yeah, don't like get yourself off from that.
Yeah, I felt like I worked with such brilliant art directors, and they taught me so much. I learned so much, and I got better. And yeah, the other thing I want to say is about drawing all those people. One of the things I'm sure you're figuring out is you want to make illustrations in a picture book where not every page is like this massive, huge, full of the stuff that's hard for you to draw. So
Yeah.
some pages will be more simple, but just as fantastic. And some pages will be more complex, more simple. And that way it's more doable for you, but still a beautiful book.
Yeah, I definitely have the tendency of going all out on every page, which is also a good thing about art directors, because they tend to be a little better about pacing that, which is like Brian, you don't gotta like do a full page spread where you have an entire environment on every single page.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, I
There's
think.
a little, oh, if people have questions, you can put them in that little question
Yeah, I
button.
actually saw one, but I kind of I wasn't able to fully read it. I don't know how to bring them back.
I know. Just whoever, just put your questions in that little question thing. I think, do you have one more tip, or was that number 4?
I think that was 5, but they might have got a little overlapped, little blurred lines in there. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but I think I went through my list. So
I love it. That is so useful. I hope everybody really, if you missed the beginning, you can see the replay. Does anybody have any questions for Brian the illustrator? Oh, can you review the 5 tips?
oh
Now.
yeah. Take breaks. Learn stretches and exercises. They'll help keep your wrist and neck healthy. It's okay to talk to the publisher, art director, and find the right balance. Leave your ego at the door and build a routine to help you stay focused.
Fantastic. Lydia. Hey, Lydia Graves, one of my artists. How did you get your book deals? Did they come through the agency, Insta, other?
but well, one of them just reached out like right before the agency, and then the other one's agency.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the one that reached out before was because of the classes, though. So like,
Hey,
so
how did
kind
that,
of
how did that happen?
I don't know. I think they had just the art director was someone you actually know. I don't know how much I can say about that or not, but
Oh,
she,
happened to be a teacher in the class.
yeah,
My co-teacher. Oh yeah, you can say that.
yeah. So this is Zoe knew of my work and everything, and when they were looking for an artist for a book they were like were writing, she showed my work to the artist, and they were like, yeah, that's the one. And they messaged me, and then actually, like, so they messaged me, and then I got the like in with you guys, and so then you actually finished up all the like
Negotiated,
nitty-gritty
right?
stuff that I am not good at. So that was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got 2 more. Is that right?
Yeah. So the other 2, same publisher. Am I allowed to show
Oh,
this?
yeah. Show your books. Show your books. Yeah.
So this one.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Oh,
this
yeah,
one.
show us.
got this, and then yeah, I can show you. I'm always a little unsure of how much I can share, but like yeah, so like here's like a page.
Is it available for pre-order?
It is
Then you can
on.
show it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So available pre-order comes out in
Beautiful.
I believe. Um, so
Show
yeah.
more. Show more. Oh God, that's gorgeous.
Let's see.
Yeah, just keep showing. It's really great to see. Yeah, like you're really good. So do you do lots of research?
Yeah.
Because there's going
Yeah.
on.
And they so I do a little bit of my own research, but this company, Neon Squid, they send me like these really amazing briefs. So it's like 2, 3, 4 pages. So it's like kind of like a rough sketch of like what they are thinking for the layout, and then they have like a paragraph of description of like what the plan is for this page, and then they have some references. So like for let's
That's
see.
because there's a lot of research and there's a lot of specificity.
Yeah.
And it's more nonfiction.
Yeah, so this one, yeah, so it's nonfiction. So like it was like, yeah, they'd send me like a bunch of pictures of like different rice patties, so I knew like what it is they were had in mind. So it's like stuff like that. Yeah.
That's a dream. That's so cool.
Yeah, and then yeah, the other book was a little more loose, which because it's not it's a nonfiction or it's fiction. Yeah. The other book was fiction, and so it was a little different, but it was still like it was like rough, very rough. Like this is kind of what we're thinking. Like it kind of like has like the words in there, like where they would go and everything. And then they had like a paragraph of like what they were hoping for that page. And that one was a little more collaborative, I think, because it was more of a like what I think of as like a traditional children's book. And that one, Zoe helped me a lot, like kind of like nail down like the layout and like work through like like just like various things, because like that was like just like what you were saying is like not every page needs to be like the full thing, which is my tendency.
Well,
and so
yeah. And you think of when you watch a movie, and a picture book or an arty book is kind of a movie. It's visual and text. You turn the page, so there's time and sequence. And when you think of a movie, not everything is a close-up or a long shot. It varies to keep it interesting. You see the people walking down the street, and then you see them, the close-ups of their faces talking and so forth. I wish we could talk about your next book, because I'll just say it's about a game, a cool game. But that's all. Okay, do you want to show us the other book?
I don't have the other book with me.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's in the mail, coming across the Atlantic as we speak, I guess.
Good.
So,
oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. It's wonderful. It's good.
Yeah.
Thank you for. It's there's nothing more gratifying for an agent than to help an artist's career and get them paying projects. It's very satisfying to us, and you've really stepped up. You do a good job. So what would be your dream? Well, I guess your dream next project are writing and illustrating those books that you're writing manuscripts for.
Yes. Yeah, that is definitely my dream, is to get like writer, illustrator. Yeah, like working on these like is really like built my confidence, and I'm like, yeah, I do this. Like I get what I see how this works, so I want to do it now.
Well, I can't wait to get my hands on them and have us chat about that. That would be really great.
I'm excited for that meeting. Like, yeah. or 4 meetings for the sound of it now.
yeah. You got a lot of meetings. And so go through the course. By the way, everybody, it's my kid book pitch course is the picture book writing course, where you write and also illustrate, but it's about teaching writing. And I love that course. It's just very cool. And Zoe will be in the reviews with me. Zoe, the art director that discovered Brian initially and scooped him up for a book, the book deal. So you never know if she's going to scoop somebody else, because that's what she does for a living. She's art director for picture books in England. Well, thank you so much. This has been a real joy. I've enjoyed it. If you come up with 5 more tips at any point, let's do another one of these.
Okay, yeah. That would be great. Let's do
Good.
it.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Really appreciate seeing your names coming by and joining in with your comments. Really appreciate that. So thank you. And I'll see you again.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.